British race for Grand Prix of Britain 2026 was okay. So I stopped with my obstacle kick and now I will highlight you that week. So the first session of the weekend, Pedro Acosta has had crash, not first in this day, and Young of the Marquez was the fastest. Second practice, Pedro had crash, another second, and even with crash, it loses around 5 minutes of the session. Pedro went straight to Q2 when Pecco Bagnaia don't even appear in Pecco in Q1 another time. Seriously, I really seriously I like Pecco, but say you see Pecco, 2 times world champion. Best was the fastest. Other times shows his performance. In the first practice week, we see also his performance P2, and they also Hernandez ended the day at P2, and Dija ended at P3. So only for the three Ducatis in Q3 straight, Q2 straight, and all of the Aprilias in Q2 straight. Okay. Also, Germany was straight to Q2 without crash. This is very important. So probably crash will appear in the qualifications or race at two qualifications. Pekko Bagnaia didn't go to Q2 since he has out of one liter bike race when I record. Back to topic. Seriously, another time Pico didn't go to Q2. Why? My fellow Checo Perez, seriously. It's like single driver in Red Bull Racing in F1. But back to racing. What didn't Jack Miller up to Q2? In Q2, basically lost some of his area and things.
Is that from my bike?
And at the end of the session, Jorge Verstappen was the fastest, and he broke track record by time 1.56.160. Okay, Mark P6 then behind Jorge Martin at P2, Ayogura, then Raul Fernandez at P4, his teammate, and Mark at P5. Okay, to sprint race. Also, the sprint, Di Antonio overtook Fernandez, who slid into P6. Then Di Antonio overtook Ogura for P2, but Ogura returned. I mean, Ogura overtook Dija, whatever. And his teammate blocked Ike, and he ended his journey 4 points. Bravo. Fernandez crashed at 10:16 at lap 5. Okay, that turn is very sharp. I mean, if you slide, that's okay, that could happen. Then Mamakata Ducati bike starts failing, and Alex overtook him in the cups. Even Pedro Acosta overtook him at his KTM, which is very disappointing for me because we also what happened in Hungary, Czechia, and Germany. I know that the track Silverstone is bad for Ducati. I mean specification of that bike, but seriously, KTM is better than Ducati at that track. And it is very close to what they took Marquez, but that doesn't happen. And Jorge P1, P2, Ogura, P3 Paul Bass. After all, that's very good result for Besetti. He gains a point. Also, that's a good result for Martinen, Aigura, and for Marquez is terrible after all because he loses 12 points and now he must win. He must gain more points and he must have to pray to God to more mistakes for Aprilia's driver. And Pecco Bagnaia still is very disappointing. Seriously, in previous season he was very good. I mean, when we compare him to Mark, he will be good because Mark is god of the series, but there's leap P20 for him at Ducati bike, second of the best. So we see situation like in 2024, 5, and at most of the time when one race waiting for win championship and second is just being because regulations says secondary must be race, main race, second race. I don't know in my app to check Grand Prix when there are I have at the start, Raul Fernandez got P1, Van Martin, and Bezzecchi, who was overtook by Martin at the start. Yeah, who's overtook Martin. I mean, Bezzecchi overtook Martin. Mark was shot P4, but then at around lap 8, lap 5, around that laps, he was overtaken by Pedro Costa and by Alex Marquez. German crash also, with variance also careful Dija, tu Dija, Bestia, Agura, Pecco Bagnaia, seriously Pecco, and Ducati, P18 didn't fall. Fun fact: he followed the same at the same turn as in the 2024. Also, Calcraft crashed. Alex at lap number 11 had contact with Pedro Costa, so he naturally was overtaken by Pedro, but he returned his P4. The Bears had problems with his bike and Jorge took him for uh, P2 because at the start he was overtaken. I mean, Martin. At lap number 18, Dija overtook Marc Marquez for P7. Another time, Ducati had problem with the bikes, especially with rubbery. And Rafals won in the very dramatic style. In the highest, in the best point of him, the race, he had 4.5 seconds of advantage at the second place. Then Jorge Martin, Michael Bezzecchi, Alex Marquez, Pedro Costa, Di Antonio, and Marc Marquez. Very disappointing for Ducati that week was. I hoped in Aragon they'll reboot them because after Aragon, probably, and the season is going to be very, very interesting. I mean, the Battle for Championships will be very funny after Aragon because probably one of the drivers will be off or on Battle Championship. I mean, DJ also could to fight for championship for the first championship for 46. But look at the World Drivers Championship. So P1 for Jorge Martin, who still had the lead, then Ayogura, Michael Bezzecchi, Marcus who secured his P4. I hoped he'll get he. I hoped before the week he will took P2 or P1 in my dreams, but unfortunately then at P5, Di Antonio, who's doesn't say last won, but he must won the one Grand Prix and prayed God about bad luck of his enemies what fighting for the title. In the constructors, Aprilia is dominating everything. They win most of Grand Prix on the free. They did won three Grand Prix. Then Ducati and the rest. Okay, so quick news now. Probably Johan Zarco will return in September, so only one race is really Aragon will be the last race of Calcraft at all in the MotoGP. After all, maybe good for him. He will rest because that bike isn't for him. Also, probably 5 other will return. at Aragon. In the 2 weeks, around 18 even days, it will be very, very many news. So with my it's often, especially in 2 weeks, because we can be in the in the summer break. Yeah, I also make myself for summer break. So I just want to remind about splitting Grand Prix, and this other week we had Latvian Grand Prix, who's won by Bartosz Mazlik, who's won now leading the World Drivers' Championship by more Riders Championship by 4 points. Van Brady Katz at P2, and probably between these two drivers will be the fight for championships. We only have 2 weeks to go, so Spa will be very enjoyable for me, because in that month we have two last races. We had race in we have race in Denmark and in Poland, and if God lets me, I will go in Poland. Also, we have the championship. I mean, nation championship, like World Cup in Speedway in September, and also in Poland, but in PECCCOO, no in the terrain, Toruń, in the Motorport land, yeah. I must check. Yes, good. So that's all about the weekend. Next weekend we have the rest. Nothing happened in motorsport, and see you in next week. I hope, because I now going to mountains for some break from everything for life. So have a good week and see you on the track.